It's 975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. And I've been pirating a long time on Elite Dangerous on Xbox, and recently my new policy is check everyone, just check every single ship. There's a reason for this. Well, there's been two main reasons for this. One, I'll get into in a moment, but the other one was Meta Orange and me basically were pirating one night, and I said I'm not going to bother pirating the FAS because it's a Federal Assault ship, it's not going to have cargo. And he was like, yes it is, and it was rammed full of rare goods, including Hutton mugs, and so yeah, we robbed it. The other reason is a very smug friend of mine once came down and visited me and Skibby while we were pirating in an FDL while carrying 2 tons of cargo to see if we'd scan him, and no, we didn't scan Attack Panda all night, and he was very smug about it afterwards. So because of Attack Panda's prank and Meta Orange's advice, I now scan absolutely everyone. You know, it's no hardship. I mean, it's the Xbox version of the game is not that rammed full of people. It's, sometimes I do get more than one customer at a time, and in that case I will pick the traditionally more cargo orientated ship. But let's face it, you can have cargo racks in any ship on this game. So I was surprised when I got a message from this Diego commander saying what sort of moron would scan a Mamba for cargo. And it's like, I wasn't aware of anything that blocks the Mamba from having cargo. In fact, I have a Mamba that carries 32 tons of cargo. It's a pirate Mamba. So it is ironic when you get told, like, what sort of moron would do this. It's like, well, to be honest, me. Because I have been shown any ship can carry cargo, any ship can be a cargo ship or a trade ship, and it's very worth checking every single ship. Like, trust me, I've robbed more commanders than most people on this game. And when it comes to pirate planning, our planning can be a bit sketchy at best, a little bit crazy, a little bit nuts, but generally we just go to a system and just scan everyone that comes in these days. That's the best method that yields the most amount of results. If you throw a hedgehog at a dartboard, you're going to score pretty well. So eventually someone will have cargo, or somebody will be worth killing. So you get two messages from us. One is stop for scan, and the other one is die something die. Now this will either be die imp die bounty hunter die. Recently I sent someone die ROTV, but that was for a specific reason. We were trying to stir up trouble. And so yeah, even corvettes that come seeking to do me violence, I will at least scan them before running away from them, because that's what I do. I scan and check ships for cargo. Some people think that's stupid, just scan everything, but then everything can carry cargo. There isn't a ship out there that can't. So yeah, I'm just going to continue searching everyone, thanks to how paranoid Attack Panda has made me. And yeah, it's quite funny, a Diego person. To be fair, I was just chuffed that a Diego person didn't combat log. But yeah, a Diego person saying, you're moronic for scanning a Mamba. And I'm thinking, well, I robbed one not so long ago. I've robbed all sorts of weird and wonderful ships with all sorts of weird and wonderful cargo, so you'd be surprised. You can quite happily run salvage missions in a Mamba with 32 tons of cargo space. It's unusual, but I've seen people do weirder things in this game. Hell, I mean, I know an idiot that took a Type 7 exploring, so yeah, there's mad people out there everywhere. But yeah, recently I haven't managed to get much piracy done, but on the killing front I've been doing really well. We've killed a lot of imps and bounty hunters lately. Yeah, this poor guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it's quite funny because it was really, I think it was quite late at night, because I was due to be up. I think it was an early, so I think I was due to be up at 6 AM, and I was like, I really gotta go to bed. I'm so shattered. Like, I've been up since 5. I really want to go to bed. And I got invited into a party chat with this guy, and Provost was with him, and yeah, I gave him some survival tips, because the mistake he makes is when he just tries to wake out, he just sits there like just aimed in a direction, not moving at all. You don't have to do that. You can maneuver fully until you do jump out. Though it is, let's face it, sometimes it's just, I do it all the time. You just point towards the place your jumping, drop a heat sink, drop a chaff, and just sit facing it, which is fine sometimes, and a lot of the time it'll be alright. But when the person's got fixed missiles and is right behind you, it's not going to go well. I think this confused him because this actually has FSD disrupt missiles on it, which is what caused him the problem. And he's relatively new, but bless him, he took it well enough. He wasn't that upset about it. You know, it was a die incident, and it's one of those things in this game. Most of the commanders we actually kill, it's all GGs. They take the advice that we give them about engineering or, you know, escape and evade or anything like that, and you know, it's usually no salt, no problem. The irony is it's the ones that combat log before we even fire a shot that are generally the ones that are quite salty about things, which is really funny. But yeah, so there was this incident recently, and then I've got another one coming up which I've play with voice and sound. It's a very brief clip of me and Dark Owl messing with a bounty hunter in Seoul, and bless him, I don't think his ship was too heavily engineered, but he was just happy to see other players and was all GG about it, so that was fine. Anyway, one moment, I'll be back after this next video.
I've sent the messages. Well, yep. No, die bounty hunter.
Hull integrity compromised.
And then we get this interaction, which was with a guy who Al pulled, would send him the, you know, stop for scan messages. He realised it was a player from how difficult the interdiction was. I know this because we had exchanged some messages afterwards, because I asked if it crashed and he was happy to tell me no, he didn't. He dashboarded during the interdiction because, yeah, he didn't want to get pirated or killed. Which is nice of him to admit to cheating in a message to me. Yeah, not the smartest move. If it had been a de-instance or a crash, I would have wouldn't have batted an eyelid, because you never can tell, especially with his ship freezing and sort of going almost zero speed. It looked for a moment like it had been a de-instance, but yeah, turns out no, he was very openly honest about the fact that he combat logged and cheated, which is irony really, because we were only going to scan him and say no cargo, free to go, as you see from the clip. We're literally confused as to why he hasn't already jumped out after we said free to go. But here's his message. Yeah, you can see I always find sending the "you crash?" (1) to be quite good for phishing attempts, for getting information from people about what they actually got up to. And yeah, so another person combat logging over piracy. Bit disappointing, considering he didn't even have any cargo, so wouldn't have lost anything anyway, wouldn't have been harmed at all. As you can see from the footage, his ship, even though he's not present, is not being harmed at all, and it's just confusing us as to why it hasn't already started moving and jumping out when it vanishes, being indicative of the combat log. But you know, that's sometimes what happens when you're trying to pirate. But as pirates, we happily check everyone, including members, because they can have cargo racks like every other ship in the game. And I don't mind being called a moron by a Diego member on a regular basis, because I've chatted to Diego members in the past. You know, he's got a lot of experience of dealing with morons. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Oh, and always, always remember,
everything's better.